anything healthy is going to take molding. It's going to take those uncomfortable conversations, communicating. So what's up, everybody? This is Real with Ryan, where I have real conversations with real people to help you get to know the real you. And today we'll be discussing the importance of pouring into your bonds and the people closest to you. So first, I'm gonna start off introducing everybody. Okay, this is Miss Evette. I met her at Market Street, and we instantly clicked. So you want to tell them your age and like what you do, so I get to know you.
My age.
Oh, we ain't gotta disclose that, girl.
That's okay. I'm Evette. And I'm 48 years old. I am a women's clothing boutique owner, and I also have a lash studio. I am a mother and a wife and a grandmother.
Love that, love that. And then on my right, I have Messiah. Yeah, we really just met, but he's real cool. If you want to tell about yourself,
appreciate you for having me, by the way. My name is Messiah. I'm 22 from El Paso, Texas. Just moved out here 3 years ago, and it's been a good journey.
I appreciate y'all for being on here, for real.
Thank you.
But, so, I want to ask y'all, what does a healthy bond look like for y'all?
Good question. I feel like what it is to me is a foundation in which love, trust, and loyalty lies upon. You know, people that throw logs on your fire instead of pissing on it, pretty much.
That's a good definition. Okay. You gonna top that, Miss Evette?
Let me see. You know, a healthy bond to me is not convenient. So as being friends, family, whatever, is not always convenient. And just understanding that and just, riding the waves with each other. I mean, we're going to have our differences and whatever, but just respecting that we have those differences.
Yeah.
And I think that's healthy, just respect.
I like that. I feel like having a healthy bond is a sense of security as well, too,
Yes.
and comfort and accountability. Because I don't feel like you can have a healthy bond if you're just letting, like, the person you're cool with, just do whatever. Like, let them treat you some type of way. Like, I feel like that's another one, too.
Absolutely.
But, so I Googled the definition. And it said a healthy relationship with someone makes you feel supported, secure, and confident. A healthy relationship with someone is a reliable source of comfort for people throughout their lives. So we did good, y'all.
Right,
we did.
Right.
But do you feel like you have healthy bonds with your friends and family? Like, y'all individually?
Most definitely. I feel like anybody that's in my life right now, they're in my life because we have a good bond. You know what I mean? Like, I try to stay away from anything that wouldn't be healthy to my mindfulness in any other way. So.
I like that you said that. Okay.
I would have to say, because I am the 48-year-old, that, we can, but I think sometimes, too, with family and friends, we automatically expect certain things. And so it's hard to have a healthy bond. You just kind of overthink it or not think about it at all. So I think, you have to really be mindful and intentional in having a healthy bond, because we can truly overlook it sometimes.
Yeah. You said something about expectations. How do y'all know to have healthy expectations for somebody? Like, for them to show up for you a certain type of way. How do you know if it's...
Me personally, I try not to set expectations over anyone other than myself, just for the simple fact that expectation for me personally has done nothing but leave room for disappointment. So when it comes to that, I kind of shy away from that.
But how do you do that, though? Like, do you tell yourself, okay, I can't expect them to do this? Is that...
I mean, it's a little harder than that. It took me some time to, like, actually really, like, tap into it and stop, But I feel like once it's all about the dedication and wanting to, get better in that aspect. You know what I mean? You can't just change overnight. You got to kind of practice that.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I feel like I tried doing that a couple times, like, in my life. It is hard, but the way I did it was like, okay, they told me they were going to do something in my head. No, you're not. No, you're not. So,
Well, and then you're not, and it's because based on what they have done previously.
Or anybody,
Right.
like what you're used to.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. And so how I feel like how you create that is say, hey, you messed up this time. It was hard for me to trust you. Now, how do we redirect that? How do we do it different this next time? And a lot of people don't like that. And that's where the unhealthy bonds come from. And so it's really having a real conversation and saying, how are we going to be intentional in doing this? And it's great that you brought that up because these are the conversations I'm having with my family now. I'm like, because I think a healthy bond, it's amazing that you guys feel that way at your age, because me, when growing up, everybody was my friend. I just loved everybody. But now certain things mean more to me, now. And I'm like, hey, so how are we? I've actually had to cut people off because I'm like, I felt like it wasn't healthy at the time.
Like, you're creating boundaries too. That's good though. That's good. Okay, so what is trust? What does that feel like? What does that look like?
Security.
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
You know what I mean? Like, instantly, to be able to feel like you could tell somebody something and trust them with it, you know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm still stuck. So we were back on the expectation thing. And is that good to have low expectations for people? Do y'all feel like that's healthy?
No,
not at all.
So why are you? So why do we do that, Messiah? Why do we?
Yeah, man, because, some people, you gotta understand, like, some people are used to bad treatment, you know what I mean? Like, so even when they do find something good, a lot of people shy away from that simply because they're not comfortable with that. Simply because they're not used to that feeling.
True.
But do you feel like that's like you manifesting that in a way? You saying, yeah, I'm used to this. I already know they're gonna do it like this, so I might as well just think already. I don't feel like that's good. I feel like that's self-sabotaging. See that book I was telling y'all I was reading about? I'm reading this book about self-sabotaging, y'all. And that was something up in there about that you can self-sabotage, like having this one mindset about how like things could go in the end whole time. It could go a completely different route.
For sure. Yeah, I have a good friend, shout out to him. He told me, like, there was like a time in my life where I thought, like, yeah, all women are gonna play me, you know what I mean? And he had told me, he was like, if you always think that all women are gonna play you, it's always gonna be like that, because that's your perspective, you know?
Yeah, you're attracting that. So,
exactly. And that's all you're gonna see, because you already automatically go
training yourself.
Like, it's basically like being analytical. That's how you analyze things. When you walk in the room, you go, let me see where these character flaws are. You don't look at what they have to truly offer. Yeah, I truly believe that.
Okay, so we were talking a little bit before about just cutting people off. And we talked about it when we first got in here. But I had asked Miss Evette, because I was telling her how, like, I cut people off easily in a way. And she was like, that's a good trait to have. But is it, what y'all think? Is it a good trait to have?
I think it is, to be honest. Like, for you to identify what's bad and for you to take initiative to step out, cutting someone off, that's going to be hard, Well, in some situations, I could say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just the open mind and, like, the strength to do that, I could applaud you for that, because myself, I have times, like, I struggle with that.
I see what y'all saying. I feel like it makes me, I question myself about it, because sometimes I'm questioning, dang, like, it was so easy for me to do that. Did I even, like, value them the way I thought I did? Did I even care about the bond that I thought like, how much I did? But I feel like I do. It's always that. I like to have deep questions. That's why I say questions all the time.
So I'll say this. I applaud you for it early, because I think as, you grow, sometimes we carry baggage, which is friends, family, or whatever, and those are people that we do need to dispose of. So I do applaud you with that. But I will say this. If you are trying to create a healthy bond, you are going to have to accept people's flaws, because at the end of the day, we're human.
Right.
And you have to look at the bigger part of it, like, why are we here? Why should we have this type of relationship, whether it's a, mother, daughter, son, friend, whatever. It's like, what? Because I have to create those with my kids. I can't just cut them off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I have to figure out a way, like, why am I here? Because I'm their mom, because I'm this. And so we have to navigate it that way. So if it's a good friend, you have to, like, why are we in this season of our lives?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You know, even if it's something that's, like I said, inconvenient, or like, oh, she's always asking me to do this. But is she there for you for your needs and your purpose? You know what I mean?
Right.
You just don't want to carry baggage. We want to cut baggage off as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people can, I say, love thine enemies, okay? You know, enemies you can learn from them, you know, so you just have to know how to keep them in a certain reach.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it that way. I see what you're saying. I like that. How do y'all feel like y'all pour into the people closest to you? I feel like I'm very, like, I say affirmations to them. I always tell them, like, I love them, miss them, reassuring them. Sometimes I buy my mama flowers, like homegirl, stuff like that. If I see their moods off, I'm quick to be like, okay, what's up? You moving like this? But sometimes you got to really know what the person, like, what type of person is you're dealing with. Because this person can need, like, a different type of motivation, like aggressive, like, what are you doing? Or like somebody might need, you know, a real patient, like, understanding approach. But I'm real affectionate with my homegirls too, quality time. But yeah, so how do y'all pour into y'all?
For sure, quality time. Even if that's like just talking on the phone, you know what I mean? If I care about you, I'll make time out of my day just to, you know, check how you're doing. Also, as well as like pushing you to be better, you know, suggesting things, not forcing my opinion on you, but, you know, giving you an option of, you know, what may be better and stuff like that. And then being understanding of what they think, even if it's a disagreement in that term. Yeah, you know.
So I think I pour into people probably sometimes a little more than it's crazy, because they want me to and then they don't, right? So especially as a mother, wife, whatever, it's like, oh, just stop it already. And then it's kind of like, but where are you? You know, when they need me. So, but I think I pour into people because I just love people. I do. And as a little girl, I used to hate seeing like older people eating alone and whatever. So very analytical, just looking at, you know, where can I be of assistance? Like, I'm not a good gift giver at all, but I am. But I'm one of those that'll be like, hey, let's go eat, let's go this, let's go that. How can I help you? You know, with your dreams, or like, I'm one of those, like, I will truly like help you move mountains if I can. That's kind of friend
and that's
I
a
am.
good trait to have. I feel like that's how I am too. Like, I love people. I love my healthy buns, and I love love. Like, I love this. This is such a good feeling.
Yes,
Y'all know what I'm talking
really
about.
Is. It really is.
Okay, so how do you begin to have a healthy bond with someone, or does it just happen naturally? I feel like anything you're just gonna take mold. Anything healthy is gonna take molding. It's gonna take those uncomfortable conversations, communicating. So I don't feel like it just happens naturally. I feel like the vibe, the potential could be there, but you just always have to mold things the way you want it to be.
Yeah, for sure. I'm more of a shy guy when it comes to meeting people. So, you know,
Okay.
So like, it's always taken a while for me to like really adjust to that bond. But I've also had times where I've had bonds like naturally and instantly, but as well as like, I had to keep an open mind to know that, you know, sometimes it does take a conversation or two, you know, to really sit in so you know someone, because you really never know anybody until you actually sit down and talk to them.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I definitely, I think that, you know, first of all, I think we gravitate to the same kinds of people anyway, a lot of times. Now, but there are also people that gravitate to us because of our energy.
Yeah.
And so those are the ones that you kind of be like, this really don't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you have those that it really feels right. And of course, you're going to have those moments where you're trying to learn and understand each other. It's just like learning how to walk, learning a new job, learning or whatever. So you're going to have those uncomfortable moments where you know, but some people, you have to be willing to stay in there for the long haul. And I feel like that's how you build them, where you learn to respect each other.
Exactly.
Because it's always that that vibing in the beginning anyway. But you still have to nurture it,
Yeah, for sure.
and grow.
I like that. Yeah. So, what do y'all feel like a healthy bond with your parents look like? A healthy. Let's start with you.
Is my mama gonna see this?
Yeah, what do you feel like?
With me? Woo. I feel like I think healthy anything is respect. It always has to start with respect. You got to respect your food, for it to be healthy. You got to respect. I mean, just so as long as, and that's the problem, I think, sometimes with like parents, especially moms and daughters, that you lose respect for each other. You feel like you have to constantly, you're constantly teaching them and showing them and whatever. And so, at some point you have to realize their growth and you have to start respecting it. Like, okay, she's 7, she can tie her shoes now. I don't have to be, and just as you grow, you just have to learn to respect that. And so if it starts with respect, I think respect will kind of help everything else fall into place. But I think, and a lot of parents, and again, especially mothers and daughters, are in competition.
What you mean?
Because mothers are trying to live through their daughters, and and so that gets really and then respect is lost there, and you end up having these unhealthy situations, and then your mother is you're trying to get things back to a good place, and now it's like she may think you're switching roles. Like, who are you to tell me? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's very hard to get back to that healthy place. And so sometimes I think it takes sometimes something to happen. Almost sometimes
Like they click. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and like honestly, I think therapy. I think therapy.
But I like that you said that about respect, because I feel like that goes hand in hand with so much, like your love languages, like how you act when you're mad, like that could help a whole bunch. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
What about you? What is a healthy parent relationship?
I'd feel like, out of experience, like for a long time I felt like I didn't have a healthy bond with my parents, simply because I felt like I couldn't tell them a lot. But just recently, my mom, she started showing me how accepting she is to the lifestyle I've chose. And I feel like I can talk to her about anything now. So just that alone, like, it's a real big deal to me. It changed the way that I see things. It changed the way that I talk to my mom.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's probably the most important thing when it comes to a bond, is just feeling like you can come to your parents and talk to them without feeling like you're going to get in trouble for something, or just asking for advice on stuff. Because a lot of the times, people, instead of asking their parents for advice, they go to their friends.
Yeah, that's
it. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
nah, I see what you're saying. I feel like...
I'm sorry if I just real quick, because so I was going to say respect, but the communication, that C word, that is, I mean, those two words are just so like profound. And so communication, because I think about my kids, for a long time they thought, oh, we can't, one of them in specific felt like, they couldn't come to me and talk about this, and the other's like, oh, I talk to her about anything, and sometimes TMI. So I think just realizing that your parents are human too. Yeah. Parents are human, and just really trying to keep an open line of communication all the time, and just no judgment zone.
Yeah,
no judgment zone.
That's big. I also feel like it goes hand in hand with what you kind of said too about, I feel like it's a big thing when your parents are vulnerable with you. Like whenever they say, yeah, I did this, I messed up, but look, it really helps like guide the child. Like, it's so big, it's bigger than what it seems.
Yeah, it's just an example.
It's like you said, they're human and stuff.
And
so,
we make mistakes. Like, I made the mistake too. It's okay, but see, I made it. I'm on the other side of things. Yeah.
So how do y'all respond in arguments with the people closest to you? Do y'all feel like y'all respond in a good way?
I'm a firecracker.
I'm a listener. I don't to be honest, I don't do arguments. Like, there was a point in my life where I was in fact argumentative. But
Let me say disagreements then.
yeah, okay. Disagreements. Well, same with that. Well, I try to respect other people's opinions regardless. Like, I'm not expecting anybody to see things the way I do. If I express my opinion and someone's just not going for it, like, I can explain it for you, but I can't understand it for you. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna let that be something you figure out. You know what I mean?
Resonate with them. Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely so. Well, I will argue. Honestly, I love. Hey, I love a good argument, but I definitely I argue to get to a resolution.
Yeah,
like it's
okay.
not just I'm just not gonna be. I'm like, okay, that's when I just go forget it.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say forget it. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I like to. I feel like a good argument is okay as long as we are really trying to hear each other and come to a conclusion and resolution. If we're just,
You waste time.
it's pointless.
I feel like I do really good with them. Just because I'm good with having uncomfortable conversations, like that doesn't scare me at all. So if we're getting into it, it's like, okay, you made me feel like this. I feel like my intentions were this, and I asked them what's their problem. I mean, like, okay, what's the best way to fix it? Like, even with my mama, I'm like, okay, so why are you feeling like this, and what do you feel like will help in the future if it happens again, like occurs again? And when you do that, people really feel heard and they feel understood, and then go about your day eating ice cream and stuff like y'all good.
But right, you are just a special kind of person. Like, I can see you going, okay, so yeah, well what were you eating? Like, she will just make you go like, okay, we're not gonna argue, but let me, you just have that special something about you. Like, okay, well, did you just think about this? And I'm like, okay, because you definitely made me think about some things, just to like. I don't know where you came from.
It's just like when I'm having disagreements with people, I don't want to go around in circles. I don't want to get to calling each other names. I don't want to waste time. I want to get to the solution because that's the goal anyways.
Right.
This is a good one. I figured out it's kind of hard for me to do this sometimes, but are y'all able to tend to people's love languages who don't match yours? But first, I gotta think about y'all's love language. You know.
I'm unaware sometimes, like, with that type of stuff. So,
like, what do you mean? Like, you're unaware of their love languages? Or you're unaware? Okay.
Yeah. As far as mine goes, it's definitely quality time and just affection and all little things. Also, like, I'm the type to do the smallest things just cause. But I've always had a problem with identifying when someone's showing their love for me, just cause
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
I can identify it, but sometimes it takes me a little longer than usual. But it's because I'm looking for them to do it the same way I do it. Yeah. But that's not always the case. So it's like, but I've gotten way better with that now because I have a lot of homegirls who are different, and sometimes they want quality time, sometimes they want to like talk and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm way better with it.
Yeah, I definitely think it comes with growth and the want. Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like when I was younger, it didn't matter anyway. You know what I mean? Nobody's love language mattered because
That's why you had that baggage with them friends, girl.
You're 1,000% right because I just love anybody. I'm like, people tell me that all the time. They're like, Evette, you just like, and I do, and I did well, but now I'm like, you know what? I kind of need the same, or I don't say the exact same thing back, but I need something. You know what I mean? I need something back. And whatever that is. And so, but yeah, when I was younger, no, nothing really mattered at all. But now, I expect it out of my kids. I'm like, my husband, I'm still like knocking him on his head about it. I'm like, do you not see? I don't like much of anything at all. I just need this. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. And, and so I'm having to learn that. Like, you don't know how to like say, let's watch a movie.
No, I see what you're saying.
But it's real. That is so real.
Definitely.
Like, you know, so I'm trying.
We all trying.
Definitely.
Look, I'm the little engineer. Good.
What's y'all's love languages though?
Well, what I said, little things, affection, time. Other than that, really, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of simple, you know. I tend to try to do things that, even if they're small, like the simple things of just like buying flowers. I don't see a lot of girls getting flowers from their boyfriends anymore. So like that's kind of an important thing to me. But other than that, you know,
I didn't appreciate that until I got older.
It's like a little act of like service and kindness. So,
yeah.
What about you? What's your love language?
So, you know, I did the love language thing, but I did not follow up with the, you know. So
you did.
So, so because from my understanding, love languages, so tell me the different titles.
Okay, so it's physical touch, it's acts of service, it's quality time. What's the other one? Acts of service, quality time. Oh, is it, self, it's something with affirmations, words of affirmation.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I'm everything. No, I'm probably quality time, but I don't know, touch too a little bit. I'm kind of, but I think as you.
Oh, and receiving gifts. That's the other one too.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I don't need the gifts thing. I'm not like that. Yeah,
mine changed. Mine used to be physical touch, like, and then quality time, and then words of affirmation. But now mine is really like quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation.
So you can kind of have all of them.
Well, yeah, I don't really have like receiving gifts and like.
Yeah, because I'm not receiving it. I mean,
yeah, I like it.
I do.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
but it's not like it's not gonna make a break. But definitely love some quality time. Love some touch. And maybe not affirmations so much. I think I want that for all of us. You know what I mean? Definitely. At that part, I'm like, let's give that to each other and just keep us all going and
like fueling each other. Yeah, I like that. How do you know what a healthy bond is if you've never seen it? Example, like growing up with like family members and friends. So how do you know what one is if you've never seen it? Well, how did y'all know what one was?
I don't know yet.
I've had one connection in specific where I was kind of like undeniable about like how I felt, and I knew it was a connection because it allowed me to be myself around somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like once you feel like you can truly be yourself, like this person had me making funny faces and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So like,
I can't imagine that for you.
I be chilling, so you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what stood out to me. But like ever since then, with connections, I feel like that's always been the thing that's been missing. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's kind of my proof of it.
Like you said too, I'm really in tune with myself. So it kind of like when I felt it, I'm like, okay, I like this, and so it got up to me to where I would making sure I have this and like other bonds that I have to make it like that dream bond that I want,
Definitely.
But and then also like seeing so many unhealthy bonds around me, like like with family members, friends, relationships. It's just like, why do y'all like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's...
But I think because that goes back to expectations. Like, we grew up and everybody... I mean, from a kid, people had expectations of you. They had expectations of when you're supposed to be potty trained. You had expectations of when you're supposed to tie your shoe. Yeah. And so if you don't meet those certain expectations, we're always judging. And so I can't say that I haven't had a healthy bond because of them. I've probably not had a 100% true healthy bond because of me and my expectations of certain things. And even though I don't cut the relationship off, I do tend to, and I've definitely had to work on that, I do tend to go, you know what, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really trying to do better about that now, just kind of no judgments on, let people be who they are. But that's how you grew up. You heard the aunties, like, oh, hey, best friend. And then when they leave, it's,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Look, I ain't want to go. What was that on the, so that's what you saw your life.
Yeah.
And I said, we need to be able to be comfortable in telling each other how we feel about certain things. So, like, say, for instance, if you said something that just kind of, hurt my feelings or upset me, we have to be able to we should be able to tell you that, and you should be able to, like, receive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In most, in a lot of cultures can do that. Say, you know what, Tammy, you did this. And it's like, oh my God, Karen, I'm so sorry, or whoever,
Yeah.
But I feel like mainly in the Black culture, that's hard for people to do. You can't say, hey, I felt like this. It's like, girl, I didn't do that. Da, da, da. And I think that's one of the things that we need to be, learn and be able to do is we should be able to say how we felt.
Not taking no way. Because it's like, it's your perspective at the end of the day. You can't tell somebody how they feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah. This is good, y'all. Thank y'all for being on here.
Yeah, of course,
All right.
of course.
But make sure y'all put in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with, and just any ideas y'all have. All right. It's Real Ryan. Thank you.
All right.